Good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. I am Deleted Scenes, human being, American and YouTuber Ronan, and I'd like to welcome you to tonight's special episode of Live from Sparkwood in 21. Tonight, we are going to be watching the classic David Lynch film, Blue Velvet. So please follow along with us on Cosme. The link will be at the top of the chat here on my channel anyway, very shortly. This show chronicles the 90s cult classic series Twin Peaks and its sequel series The Return, and now has become a celebration of David Lynch's career in total. We have covered Eraserhead, The Elephant Man, Wild at Heart, Industrial Symphony No. 1, and tonight, as I said, Blue Velvet. I do want to say hello to some people who have joined us here in the chat. Channel member, friend of the channel, JPRPH1, FKC 2005, sometimes known as Tim, dropping a $1.45 super chat. The voice of Northern Oklahoma, the tired midnight blogger himself, Curtis Selby. Host of Films with Friends, the creator of the 10-word review, Big Al Presents. Faithful Blue Wrench channel member, the bird woman of YouTube. Watch out for her channel, Fluff Chick Productions, Connie Cleary. Friend of the channel, Lizzie Armstrong. Enigma Severus. All right. I do want to bring out my esteemed panel of super fans. Last call, Troy Pacelli.
Hello, hello. How are you doing? I look a little Muad'Dib today.
Yes, you do. Natters Network.
Good evening. And the Cosme link for your channel, Deleted, is in your chat. You just need to pin it.
Yep.
All right. There we go. Let's just pin. And of course, H Boomer.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Flappy again tonight. I don't know.
Do you think that he may have had a role in Blue Velvet?
I think he wrote the song.
Oh, okay. The Bobby Vinton song? Okay,
yes. Maybe. Bobby Vinton stole it from him.
Okay. It's possible. It is possible.
That's how he got in touch with Lynch to begin with. He said, "I'm going to sue you." And he says, "Wow, I really like your style, though. I'll let it go." That's how it started. Yeah. What I heard from what I hear.
There you go.
I wonder if he has a little cameo in this, huh? I'm going to keep an eye out for him.
We'll have to watch. Yeah, we'll have to keep
an eye out. I see a bird. You know who it is. Come on.
Yeah.
All right. So, very quickly around the horn, before we get started, what was your first viewing experience with this particular film?
For me, I want to say this was after I had seen Eraserhead. So I had become aware of David Lynch and his work. But I do not think that I rented it. I think that did I see it on cable? I am not certain. Either way, I saw it, in my home, on TV. I mean, unedited, but still, not at a theater. And yeah, and then when I saw Twin Peaks sometime later, I was like, yeah, this kind of has a ring of that movie, that Blue Velvet. I do remember my mom watching the movie with me because she was a Bobby Vinton fan, so it's like, oh yeah, it wasn't what she expected at all.
Well, I've been listening to Bobby Vinton since I was a kid.
Yep.
So
Yeah, exactly.
As far as the movie is concerned, though, I'm not sure if I ever saw it. I guess I'll find out.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Boomer, your first.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Your
a long
first time
time
with the
ago.
film.
Long time ago, VHS. I think it was after I had started watching the Twin Peaks, though I knew of this movie beforehand because this movie got a reputation around it. I think the critics lambasted it, didn't they, as when it came out?
At the time, yes, very much
Yes.
so.
I remember Dennis Hopper left an impression on me in this movie.
Oh yes.
No, I mean, it's funny. Troy would poo-poo me. I do own a copy, but it's a digital copy I got on Vudu.
Well, just as long as you realize you don't actually own it.
Well, just as long as I realize that I don't get chapter stops on the Blu-ray anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Is that true on all David Lynch films? It may be.
I think so. The ones he super oversees, yes. But,
because I know that was also the case on Mulholland Drive.
Yeah, which I do own a physical copy of that. But anyway.
Yeah.
But no, I mean it's an interesting one. Would you consider this a romantic movie?
It's definitely got some romantic elements, yeah.
It does, yeah.
Yes.
As far as at least one of the couples in the film is concerned, there's romance with the rest.
Yeah, there's a lot of well, let's just call it what it is. There's a lot of abuse. There really is.
Yes. As for me, my first I was aware of it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it's when Blue Velvet was where I actually put a name to a face when it came to David Lynch, so to speak. I was aware of this film, didn't see it right. It wasn't allowed to because I was still too young at the time to see it, but I did see it kind of years later on cable, and that was probably really either late 80s or early 90s before I actually finally had a chance to sit down and watch this movie from beginning to end. So that's when I was able to make the connection of, oh, David Lynch directed The Elephant Man. Because when I saw The Elephant Man, I really didn't make the connection. I didn't pay attention at that time to who wrote and directed films. So, of course, I had known Dune, and I finally put it together. Oh, okay. Eraserhead, Elephant Man, Dune, Blue Velvet, same guy. So, yeah, this is I'm going to forewarn people. what we have shown you has been fun and games. But this is a movie that has some very dark elements to it. And I wanted to do this movie because at some point, because I really do think this is like the test balloon for Twin Peaks. You know, and while we were watching Twin Peaks, especially in the first 2 seasons, I occasionally refer to it as Blue Velvet, the series.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because I really do consider this, if Mulholland Drive is same world as Twin Peaks, Blue Velvet certainly is.
And if not, I would say it's at least the prototype.
Yeah, that's the good word. This is the prototype for Twin Peaks. And it is very much a film that takes place in this small town, which I believe is called Lumberton, if I remember correctly.
You're taxing my memory on this one.
I have that kind of stuck in my head with this movie for some reason. But anyway, again, very small town that seems very bucolic and very Mayberry on the outside. And then, you know, David Lynch refers to this movie as The Hardy Boys Go to Hell. And it's really what it is. You know, you have this young man played by Kyle MacLachlan, Jeffrey Beaumont. He returns home to see to his father, who I think has a heart attack, as I recall. Anyway, he goes to see his father. He's walking out into a field, and he finds a severed ear. And in the process of investigating this on his own, he really falls down this rabbit hole, and finds this whole criminal underworld is going on underneath everything. And I'll just use that as the jumping off point, folks. All right, so the Cosme link is at the top of the chat.
If I can start with that first comment you wanted to look at, Slasher Fred said the line, "Where's the effing bourbon?" would later be used on Last Call. No, I'm sorry, the third Elm Street movie, and of course the film's composer to the music for this movie.
Oh, I know. Okay. Let's see. I start a few other ones. Of course, I do want to thank the new members to my channel, Lester San Jose, the Skeptic Tank, and Outlaw Bill.
There you go.
Geek Flag with Nate Knows has joined us. A $2 super chat. Sorry, I just woke up. What did I miss? Haven't missed anything yet. We haven't got to the movie. Blue Velvet is almost like a dive into the harsh reality of seemingly picture-perfect suburban neighborhoods of the 50s. Indeed. All right. Breaking news.
Oh, yeah.
Flappy has reportedly checked into the Tweety Bird Rehab Center to kick his exotic bird seed habit.
Exactly. That was very much a staple of David Lynch, though. This whole timeless quality to the films. You could say the same thing about Twin Peaks. I think we talked about this as we were doing the watches. It looks like it could be taking place in the 50s, but very clearly it's taking place in the present day, if only because of certain technology and references and so forth. And that is not unique to David Lynch, although I think David Lynch used that trope uniquely. But we see the same thing in the Donner Superman, in the Burton Batman. This use of older style cars, architecture, clothing and hairstyles that imply a bygone age, even though it's very clearly taking place in the current day. The year was from a man named Vincent Van Gogh. Yeah.
$2. Thank you, Tim. All right. So we also has Brad Dourif playing one of Frank Booth's minions. It does. Yes.
And he would later return for Dune. And again, you're going to see a lot of the Lynch troupe in this.
Yes, very much so. All right. All right. Well, let's get to it. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
MGM.
Yeah. Grr arg.
Kitty.
Yes.
I posted a thing in the chat from my favorite Dennis Hopper movie, The River's Edge.
Yes, good.
With a young Keanu Reeves was in that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Very intense film.
Yeah, I enjoy it a lot.
And this was another aspect that I had forgotten, that this was a De Laurentiis film.
Is there such a thing as blue velvet cake?
As a matter of fact, there is. But you know what? I highly recommend you avoid those colored velvet cakes, because all they do is they put a whole bunch of food dye into them. So much so you can almost taste it.
They always struck me as off-putting, if I'm honest. I never.
And yes, Slasher Fred did say, "Rest in peace, Priscilla Pointer." Absolutely right.
Tim said it's been a long week already.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
The feeling.
Hey, let's just skeptic take obsessions. Remember for 5 months.
Not
So,
tonight. You won't.
Yeah.
Not for tonight.
It's like old Hollywood music.
Yeah, it
That's
very much an old school Hollywood opening. Yeah.
Oh, I noticed that that composer.
Mm-hmm. I like how on the nose that opening, the curtain hanging there literally is blue velvet.
There's the song I know.
Yep.
I wonder if he had to pay royalties
Oh,
to
absolutely.
Bobby Vinton.
Absolutely.
Did John Waters and David. Oh,
huh? Go ahead.
Guys, did John Waters and David Lynch ever cross paths?
I have no idea why.
I'm just curious, because he seemed to have that kind of stuck in the 50s sensibility too, in some ways.
Oh,
Like,
sure.
Yeah.
And it probably wasn't Bobby Vinton. It was probably whatever record company owns the song.
Crossing guard, very
Yep.
important.
Now remind me, she was Amy Irving's mother, right?
Oh, you might be right. I don't recall. Oh God, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
So annoying. Yeah, and the fittings were never right.
Ugh.
Did he just hit himself with the hose?
I think he's having a heart attack.
Because he grabbed his neck.
Yeah, the neck thing doesn't help either. Okay.
Right.
Dogs are fascinated by water streaming, aren't they?
Yeah. As much as a cat is by a laser pointer.
Mm.
And of course, this is your first inkling that all is not well
Right.
in this little town.
Well, I mean, the fact that the guy just had a heart attack kind of was my first indication, but this indication that there's something else beyond that going on.
Ew, bugs.
Ew.
Welcome to Twin Peaks. Lumberton.
Logs, logs, logs. What rolls downstairs in loner in pairs rolls over your neighbor's dog. It fits on your back and is great for a snack. It's log, log, log.
Uh-huh. It would have been funny if like the Lumberton football team had been a rival of the Twin Peaks football team, right?
Oh yeah, right. That's something he could have totally done too. Well, congratulations, Nate. I'm glad to hear you got a clean bill of health. We were talking about that and a bit concerned. One thing I will say about this character, though, is he's got a very different style sense from Dale Cooper. Oh, Jeffrey.
A little worse for wear.
Yeah.
I said he's kind of in traction, so that tells me he hurt
his neck. Yeah.
Finish watering the lawn.
Yeah.
I had an aunt that lived in Flossmoor, Illinois, and if you went out her back door and walk down about 50 feet or so, there were train tracks.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a spot next to train tracks where you can walk along the whole back of everyone's houses to get to a main road, is like maybe a mile or so, which would then lead to town. And that's what it looked like. All that. There's an ear.
Yes. So he's throwing the stone, presumably trying to hit the bottle. I wonder if he practiced that same kind of Buddhism that Dale Cooper did.
Do you think people walked out as soon as they saw the ear?
Probably not. I mean, this was 86. We were pretty used to some pretty gnarly stuff in movies.
I heard people did not like that ear.
Was that his dad's ear?
No.
Oh,
that's somebody else's.
No, it was somebody else's, and he's got no idea what it's all
so
about.
Now he's playing, Agent Cooper.
Kind of
find out whose ear it belongs to.
You're getting exactly why Deleted said it was like a prototype for Twin Peaks.
Really, Colin McLaughlin, aside from his hair going gray, he hasn't really changed much as he got older.
No.
Because you don't believe him.
Well, there's not much we can make out of it. It's pretty deteriorated. But we can mount it on a piece of wood for you.
His name is Vincent van Gogh. Considering how hairy it is, I'm going to say it was a guy's ear. Because guys have hairy ears sometimes. I've never seen a woman with a hairy ear. That was hairy
never, huh?
ear, not dairy ear.
Tim says, Twin Peaks, the early years. In this case, Twin Peaks, the early ears.
Yes.
See, Boomer, it's funny that you bring up a point and click game, because I kind of had that feeling when I saw him go through the field, throw the stone,
Yes.
go to the other end of the field, talk to his dad, then come back down the same field. It was almost like, how those games go.
I'm telling you, it was a real mistake. We never got like a Twin Peaks point and click game. That probably would have.
It looked like they were going to do one, a fan made thing, and I've never
Like a
seen
survival
any
horror
updates
one,
on it.
yeah.
Exactly. Well, what's it called? What was that game called? Something Wade.
Oh, okay.
What is it called? I forget. It's very much like that.
Well, like a fishing game?
So this is considered a Hardy Games novel gone wrong or something? Like a story?
Yeah, it's like David Lynch described this as the Hardy Boys go to hell.
Okay.
I kind of get that.
And
Alan Wake was what I was
it is.
trying to think.
Alan Wake, yeah.
Wake, right. I never read any Hardy Boys books. I read some Three Investigators books, but not Hardy Boys. And Johnny Dixon Mysteries, I read some of those because that was Jonathan Bellers.
Yeah,
nice?
I was thinking the same thing, Nate. By picking it up, you disturb what could potentially be a crime scene.
Now, how old is he supposed to be in this? Jeffrey.
I'm guessing high school age, right? That'd be like 18?
I got the idea college because
Maybe first year college?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's definitely very young.
Can't talk about that man's police business. Say.
Oh, yeah, he did say he was back from college. Good point, Nate. Better than the guy whose ear's missing. Oh no, not Lincoln.
Was there anything more American than Lincoln, huh?
Washington.
Well, there you go.
Apple pie?
Yeah. Actually, that was Dutch, wasn't it?
No, there's American apple pie and Dutch apple pie.
Oh, okay. So what he's saying is he has no friends.
Uh, the chicken walk, huh?
I mean, he's not wrong. That's exactly what it was.
Beaumont's.
It's obvious.
You working there now?
Probably needs to if his dad's out of commission.
Why am I thinking of Greece right about now, huh?
Again, because you got the high school and a lot of the people are in that fairly kind of 50s style.
Is she
He's
being
driving
funny?
up
She
an
hears
old
bits and
style.
pieces and she hears things. Yeah.
What was he driving? A Lincoln? Okay, if you're not getting major Twin Peak vibes right now, between the music, the logger driving by, the diner.
What is that he's eating? Is that a turkey sandwich?
This is anyone would know this is a bad idea. I mean, immediately she should be telling him, no, bad, no good.
Where's your sense of adventure?
There is adventure and there is dumb.
Gandalf would tell him to sneak into the apartment. I'm just saying. He really has thought this through, hasn't he?
Yeah, a little too much. My gosh.
It's not weird at all. It's not dangerous at all.
Does he have an earring?
I think so.
Well, to be fair, I think men during that time, I mean, this when it was made, some would wear an earring in one of the ears, I think, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Depending on the ear would, well, never mind.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
One was an indicator of something, one was an indicator of something else. Yes, okay.
Nearly
This
40
is-
years from now, you will be my secretary. Wait.
Yes.
Shit.
And we'll be practicing tantric magic to travel between worlds.
Why isn't he asking her to the sock hop and they could practice dancing instead? Huh?
Oh.
Because the story has to happen.
Now I'm trying to think how Wes Anderson would handle this story. Just-
Well, every take would be done in one, and they would all be in doll houses.
There you go. Actually, I will say there is a clip of this movie in the movie The Squid and the Whale,
Okay.
where the young Jesse Eisenberg wants to take his girlfriend out to a movie, and the dad says, "I'll tag along." He says, "We're going to see Short Circuit." And then he says, "Well, I hear Blue Velvet's quite interesting," and they go to see Blue Velvet instead. And it's the scene with,
Lord!
and
Oh my
it's
God.
just still in high school. He's making them watch this movie. It's just,
Yikes.
yeah, and they show the scene later on with that's inappropriate. I mean, I guess there are a few inappropriate.
There are a
scenes.
lot of inappropriate. That doesn't really narrow it down in this instance.
I saw Short Circuit on the big screen. Number 5 is alive and all that, right?
Yes. I don't know. I know it's politically incorrect, but I like the second one. With
Oh, I
friends,
thought it was better.
eating enemas.
Yes, I remember that. I actually thought the second one was a better movie when I saw it. It had Michael McKean in it too, right? Yeah, he might have been in the first one too. But... Oh boy. I keep thinking something bad is going to happen. Is the number 710 of any significance?
Possibly. Basically, it's an empty canister.
I love that TV.
Yeah. This could just as easily be a scene from the opening segment of Fallout.
Right. That is a 1950s apartment, isn't it?
Yes, it absolutely is, especially the color of the carpeting.
What is that, the stove? No dishwasher. You have to hit the
Very
stove.
old style. Yeah, very old style stove.
Yep.
And remember that guy, because we'll be seeing him again.
Of course. There's generally no throwaway scenes.
No. Yeah, this is a fairly straightforward narrative, this film.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little creepy. This I'm just creeped out already. And I don't know.
Isabella Rossellini, of course.
Yes.
Just got nominated for her first Oscar last year.
Yes, I think.
Conclave.
Right.
Interesting film.
Thomas Harris wrote that, right?
The other Robert Harris.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking of somebody else. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Kept thinking it was the Silence of the Lambs guy.
No.
At least he's a gentleman.
Could they be looking out the window at them as they're leaving? Well, actually, it wouldn't blow the cover, though, because she could have just been waiting for her boyfriend, right? Who was bugging the place.
Yeah, exactly. Slasher Fred said, did you know Isabella Rossellini is the daughter of the late Ingrid Bergman, who had appeared in so many classic movies, mostly with Humphrey Bogart? Yep. In fact,
there's a story about that. Because apparently David Lynch did not know when they first met, and said something to the effect that you look almost exactly like Ingrid Bergman. Yeah.
well, that's like when Kevin Feige said to Natalie Portman, "Hey, did anyone ever tell you you look a lot like Natalie Portman?" Those of you that know.
Lord. Feige. That man is lost without a map.
What?
Computer? Delete Mike.
Yeah. Mike's going out with Bobby tonight anyway.
Basically, yeah.
She was really young too.
Yeah.
Well, she's supposed to be in high
She doesn't
school.
look anything like Admiral Blue Hair.
No, in real life, when I saw her on the red carpet, she looked nothing like Admiral Purple, whatever her hair was.
Yeah,
no,
I know. Yeah,
they uglied everybody up for that movie. They uglied up Oscar Isaac.
Well, everyone except for Ray Palpatine.
Yeah, everyone else was just did not look good in that movie. It's like reverse makeup was done on them. It was weird. It's just because I saw her on the red carpet for Last Jedi. She looked great. Laura Dern looked great. So
is that Rolling Rock?
Might have been.
Hold on.
I just think that's interesting. Underrated 80s thriller called Black Widow had nothing to do with superheroes.
Yeah. It's actually not a bad movie. Yeah, he's not in it very long, but yeah.
Oh, Bud used to be the king of beers, now it's the queen.
She didn't do the whoa woes.
Yeah.
It's not the same without the whoa woes.
Yeah, this is more of a smooth jazz than a, pop ballad.
How many people are in this club right now?
Well, at this moment, you should only be aware of yourself and the person on stage. Yeah, Nate, that she's not a very strong singer, no. Oh, it was Heineken? Okay, I'll take your word on that.
Oh.
I mean, Nate would know. He works for a distributor.
But we are still beating the snot out of anyone who orders a Zima, right? Where
Yes.
are we on that? Okay.
I like to use Zimas for mixers.
What about Smirnoff? You like Smirnoff?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Back in the day, my friends used to call them Smurfs.
Smurf.
You got a Smurf? Yes. That's basis.
Yeah, Yakov Smirnoff.
That was an
Never had
upscale.
it.
Oh, Yakov
They do make
Smirnoff?
Zima in Japan,
Yeah.
Nate. Or at least they did until very recently. I don't know if they still do.
I'll say this: he does not seem like Agent Cooper at all. At least not looks wise. He's very different in this. Yes.
Because you left me three. Sorry. Violent Femmes? I panicked. Okay.
See, I would have answered that differently. I don't know if you're a detective or a pervert. I would have said, well, the two aren't mutually exclusive.
Oh, that will be very much the question before this is over.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I like that sweater. Zima was popular because of its taste. It got popular because it glowed in black light. I did not know that.
What glows with black light?
Zima.
Huh.
I would not be going up there after dark. Look at those halls. This is not good.
That's because we get loked after dark.
Nate, was there quinine in it? That would explain it.
What's he doing?
He's trying to sneak in.
Where did he get the keys from?
He stole the key when he was spraying.
Oh, that was what he took from under the sink.
Right.
Okay, all right.
He's breaking in and entering.
Well, technically,
No, he's not really breaking. Yeah, he unlocked the door. Nothing was broken. But he is
legally
trespassing.
yes.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah. Dude, man. What are you hoping to find? A body without an ear? I mean,
I don't know. Maybe a body without any clothes.
I'm trying to think where the rest of that body is. Oh, quick. Better ring him up on the cell phone. Oh, wait. Because, only Gordon Gekko had a cell phone at this time, right?
Possibly. 86, yeah.
What's he doing?
He is unhydrating.
Yeah.
He wasn't unhydrating into a plant, was he?
Well, it does look like that, doesn't it?
Gee, okay, yeah, because I'm like, don't do that.
He doesn't hear it because he flushed. There's nothing okay about this.
Look, just drive away. You still got Mike. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Just go back to Mike. Trust me, you'll be better off.
I have a statement from Mike.
Hmm.
I cannot be in this part of the film. Nothing has been written for me. No.
I did not even know that it was a popular theory, Nate. I just was guessing based on the fact that you just informed me that it fluoresced. See, this is why she got the role, not because of her singing ability. Oof.
Blue Velvet.
Yes, as a matter of fact.
This, do you know this movie is exactly 2 hours and 33 seconds?
Okay.
She knows something's up.
Yep.
From now on, we will refer to him as you idiot, not you agent.
Do it.
Oh. She will stab your ass. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this is incredibly uncomfortable. Like I said, nothing about this is all right. Yeah, not so much with that knife out.
He already got nicked once.
Yeah, right? Alrighty then.
I hope you don't expect me to perform with this knife.
I know, right? Talk about under pressure. Oh, you're absolutely right, Nate. No doubt about that.
I just saw Kyle MacLachlan's butt.
Yep. Back in the closet.
I feel like Ozzy
Yeah,
and Harriet should be
Put it on
playing
the radiator. That's where it belongs.
I'd be getting dressed.
Maybe easier said than done right now.
Uh-oh.
Now I want a bourbon.
Well, some people like bourbon. Kentucky bourbon.
Now you'll be having a Moscow Mule on Friday, right?
Yes. At least that's the plan. So here's my take on all this. We're seeing some insight into the abusive situation she's in, right? Where she's kind of forced to perform this way for this perv.
Perv.
Yes. And for a little bit there, we saw her treating Jeffrey the same way. Like she was trying to see what it's like to be on the other side. When did this movie turn into an R. Kelly video? Nitrous, right?
Yeah.
Is that healthy?
No.
No, it's not. I mean, nitrous in and of itself isn't poisonous or anything, but it's, oh God, it's asphyxiating. I know, right?
I bet there's some high-priced CEOs that do a similar thing, right?
Yeah. It's a kind of auto asphyxiation, is what it is.
Is this what 50 Shades of Grey was like?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I hope not.
Scissors. He's the ear cutter, right?
Well,
Yeah.
So apparently it doesn't take him very long.
Well, it's not about what she wants, right?
yeah. And what he wants is just some weird crap.
Is he wearing a cow tie?
Yeah. A bolo tie.
Bob would look at Frank and go, "Yeah, I got nothing."
Yeah,
That
yes,
line
yes.
when he puts out the light and says, "Now it's dark."
Mm.
Yep. That guy is one big bag of crazy.
They put his boxers on.
Yeah. Maybe it does, Curtis. Maybe it does.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, there have been a few of those now. Used to be on Bravo, and Shudder did the last one. Have my clothes on and out the window. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. You're kind of confusing.
Of course, one question to ask is, does she think he's with Frank?
Hadn't considered that.
Well, she was accusing
Certainly
him.
that had to have been one of her first thoughts.
Yeah.
One more time.
Yeah, talk about Crazy Train.
What's the number one rule? Never dip your wick in crazy. Get out.
You're referring to Isabella Rossellini here, or Britney Spears?
Yeah. Well,
Oh.
Yeah, yes, yeah. I mean, now that you bring it up, both.
Yeah.
Brad Dourif, Kyle MacLachlan, and Francis Bay were on a few episodes of Tales from the Crypt.
Mm-hmm.
MacLachlan appeared in the episode Carrying Death.
Yeah.
Where he played a fugitive on the run. Yeah.
During one of those
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to say, during one of those Universal Halloween Horror Nights shows, the Bill and Ted show, one year Britney Spears was the villain, and they did her with the shaved head and everything. You know?
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh.
I think they had her acting like Gollum too, or something like one scene. Those shows are meant for rowdy adults at night. Okay, those are the Bill and Ted shows. Certificate. Oh, she's married.
Yep.
Yeah.
You just figured that out. Well, I mean, if he'd been thinking it through, he could have guessed it from the phone conversation.
Now, the big question is Laura Dern's still waiting for him?
And now he sees the cowboy.
Yeah.
Looks like Jabba the Hutt to me.
What the heck?
Electricity.
Yeah, exactly.
Will this experience mess him up a little? Is that what I'm getting?
Wouldn't it mess you up a little bit?
Maybe. The heck is that?
I don't know.
Couldn't tell.
That's an odd flag. Is that a colonial flag?
Don't know.
I'd have to see. Yeah.
Is that
Hang
Paul
on to
Bunyan?
that.
Yeah.
Hang
I
on
feel
to
like
the
there's
axe,
another.
I'm gonna need it.
I feel like there's another movie with that guy with the axe, right? That we're missing.
Yeah, right.
Is that a church?
Apparently.
It's a nice dress she's wearing.
Yeah.
Very disturbed man.
Yeah. Okay, that's actually quite sound of him.
Can't have good without evil, light without dark.
There you go.
Hey, where's the cut that was on his face? It's not there now.
Interesting.
Well, it wasn't a very big cut. It was a very tiny little
No,
bit.
but it was bleeding.
It would still be there unless he covered it up. I mean,
Yeah, a little bit of clear. So
is that what that's supposed to represent? They're like on hallowed ground talking about this stuff,
maybe.
like it's a safe place. This is not a safe place. Um,
No.
all right, does 710 have any significance?
I have no idea.
Is it like a Bible verse, like chapter 7, verse 10 of something?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Okay, well, it's.
Yes, it is. Yes, it absolutely is. Somebody breaks into your house, peeps on you, and you like them. Yeah,
Well, he's nicer than the other guy that subs by your place.
not a very high bar.
That's creepy. I don't know. That curtain freaked me out. I don't know why. Okay. Heineken in those blue, green bottles, right?
I'm telling you, Heineken got some great product placement in this movie.
This and Austin Powers too. Yeah. Now, if this was a working man's pub, it would have been Schlitz, right?
Probably, yeah.
She's supposed to be French.
Italian.
Huh.
Actually, I don't know what the character is supposed to be. I'm just saying that that's Isabella Rossellini's natural accent, and it's Italian.
Oh.
Here's our merry band of pirates.
Yeah. He's gonna follow them.
I guess so. In for a penny, in for a pound, I guess.
I like the lighting.
Yep.
Oh no.
Oh, jeez.
Uh-oh. What is he eating? Oh, those are fries. Right?
Presumably.
And this movie could be fingers, right? I'm just saying.
Well, good point.
Is that a camera inside a donut box?
That's the first place the cops would look.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What? That's an impractical camera setup. Stephen, I'm curious. You're a Lynch expert, right?
Up to a point, I suppose, yeah.
I wonder if these characters were written to be younger than how we're seeing them on screen. Like maybe 14 or 15, like maybe 14 or 15.
Well, Kyle McLaughlin's supposed to be in college.
I
Yes,
understand that.
But I think that I get what he's saying.
Yeah.
It is entirely possible that the characters are meant to be younger, but
Okay.
because they are putting them in a film that people are going to consume, they
And
don't want them
because
to be
of
underage.
because of
Yeah,
situations they get involved in, because that whole
exactly.
thing with the camera, that's like something a teenager might do and think is clever, where if you're an adult, it's like, that doesn't make any sense. You
But it
know?
would not be too cool if that 16-year-old boy was
Yes.
Isabella Rossellini in that
Yes.
scene as we saw it. Yes.
And that's probably, might have been that, maybe that was a compromise, because that's what's throwing me off here.
Yeah, it's all your fault.
How did she get him into this? I must have missed something.
You could make that argument because of the way it all started, but I think that's overstating it.
I think his dad's in this weird state and he's looking for something to distract himself. That's what I think is going on here. Right?
That's possibly partly true, yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of forgotten about his dad, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yes, no.
Those curtains, man.
Well, I was in that Sex in the City show, if that counts.
It gets to a point where you start to wonder who's more screwed up, her or Frank.
Yeah. Is that from a birthday party?
Perhaps. Or some kind of celebration. you say so. Nate says she's about 150 pounds of crazy. Frank's about 220. Yeah, that's the big difference.
Well, how much of her being messed up is Frank's doing? You know, how long has this been going on for?
Think about it. It could have been going on for like a year. I don't know.
Oh boy.
Okay.
That means no, very politely. And did you see Jack Nance in the back there?
You put a fish in the percolator?
Yeah, probably.
No, we don't.
Who's Ben?
You'll see.
Does Ben make Frank look like a nice guy? It's like,
Then why'd you ask?
Right?
how about you, Troy? Pabst Blue Ribbon or Heineken?
I honestly am not a beer drinker.
Okay.
If I had to choose, I'd take the Heineken.
Yeah, probably. How's Ziggy?
Wasn't he on Battlestar Galactica?
Yeah.
All right, you know.
Well, all right. If everybody starts firing right now, what's the breakage? Well, the women will hit the floor or run out the door. The Mickey Rourke wannabe will still be standing there because he's a nobody character, so he's gone.
Jack Nance will
McLaughlin's the
survive.
hero, so he can't die. Jack Nance will live. Dean
And by the way,
Stockwell won't
Curtis-
go down. He'll just hang there like a bat.
And Curtis, that's true. I used to be a Guinness drinker, not so much anymore.
Does that mean you want me to use the Guinness we got in the fridge to make you more beer bread?
That would make a great bread. Yes.
Okay.
He was working on this for 13 years. Wow. But he does kind of look like Mickey Rourke. I like Brad Dourif. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he actually is. I've heard some good things about him. People have met him. He's pretty base too, believe it or not.
Yeah.
In Hollywood, yeah. He's one of those old school liberals I talk about.
You know, it's funny because I keep hearing from what's his name, Woody Harrelson, and he keeps describing himself as a lefty hippie. But the more he talks, the more I'm like, maybe, but I'm not so sure.
No.
I think you're more libertarian than you realize there, Woody.
Yeah. I've actually been on a couple of panels with Brad Dourif's son. That kid's a dead frickin' ringer for him. Yeah.
Oh, this is messed up. This is messed up.
Those lights are hot.
Is he really shooting that?
No.
No.
I didn't think so.
Why do I want to bet that cigarette holder is gold plated?
Yeah, could be.
Both of these guys kind of had a career resurgence after this film.
Yeah. I was saying earlier today that I picked up this book, Always Music in the Air, The Sounds of Twin Peaks. It's a pretty dense book. It's going to take me a while to get through, but I think we are going to eventually have to talk about the music of Twin Peaks and David Lynch's use of music. Well, alrighty then.
I don't know if you saw it, Ruby, who gave you a membership for Clifton D.
Oh, thank you so much, Ruby Hoof. Super appreciate that. I super appreciate you, Ruby Hoof. Thank you so much.
Who is the lucky winner?
Clifton 3D.
Yep.
Oh, right on. And hello to Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Sorry I didn't see you come in.
Dude, man, why is he at the wheel?
Well, he knows where they're going.
I'm getting a lot of negative energy from Frank.
Yeah.
Well, especially because the camera angle that they shoot him at in this has him looking right at you.
Right. Yes. I'm just. He is not a hippie. He is.
No, absolutely right.
I'm just. Oh my goodness.
Oh boy.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Why do I think this movie and Roadhouse exist in the same universe? I'm just saying. I don't know.
Good point.
This... What does Paul get out of all of this? You know?
No idea.
Like, why are people hanging out with Frank to begin with? Is what's. Well, I know why the Brad Dorff is. The voice of Chucky.
Yeah, right.
He was on Voyager too. He played a nut job on that. On that one episode of Voyager.
Oh yeah, yeah.
In dreams, maybe you're sane.
And the thing about this is he is so screwed up in the head.
Uh-huh.
He has no concept that anything he's doing is wrong. This
Nope.
is completely normal to him. And that's what makes it terrifying.
Yep. You dance. Just dance.
He survived the night.
Barely.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Lumberton. Shit. I'm still only in Lumberton. I'm sorry.
They have lumber in Lumberton.
Yeah, you got some stuff to answer for too here, Sparky.
Yeah.
Who's the dreamer? Yeah, well. Stay tuned.
Rotary phone.
Yeah.
You know,
This is Chalfont Run.
Sometimes this isn't one of them.
Yeah.
Careful, that old woman might hit back.
Right?
Hi, oh there! Something on her!
Oh, he didn't recognize him.
Yep. Another trope that you can compare this to Twin Peaks, the corrupt cops, just like season 3.
Yes.
And Frank is possessed by Bob, by the way.
What?
just making an assumption here based
Maybe he's
on
possessed by the other guy, the one-armed guy. I'm kidding.
Mike, maybe.
Mike, yeah,
No, Mike's a football player.
that's right. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, you see, there's a lot of connective tissue in this.
Well, if you think about it, it's not so far to thing to see in other parts of the country. Other weird stuff isn't also going on in the world of Twin Peaks, right?
Oh, true.
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
look at his face.
Yeah.
It's like I really wish I hadn't seen that, right? It's like,
But I'm going to become an FBI agent one day.
Yeah.
You can thank me for doing your job for you.
He's not
Yeah.
thanking you. I'm not going to thank you for doing a job I didn't want done.
what's she doing?
Eavesdropping. Almost literally.
She weren't chopping no eaves, honest. I did hear a little bit about kidnapping and psychos and a little something about the end of the world, but you know.
Hey, Wade, good to see you. Yes, I'll be there on June 7th. I just put it on my calendar.
I want you to stay away from that boy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is that a white picket fence I saw up front?
Yep.
Mhm.
He's still not doing well.
Nope. But then again, compared to most of the people we've been seeing in this town, he's probably doing better than most.
Yeah.
Just laying low, chilling out.
Oh no, he got hurt in a
Recuperating.
bizarre gardening accident. I'm just saying.
Why are the cops outside my house? Oh, her
Go
house.
outside her house. Yeah, that makes sense.
Apparently, he's a really fast healer because he doesn't even have the black eye or anything anymore either.
In a minute, bitch. Oh, wrong movie. Sorry.
You know what I would do? I would say, "You're bad."
Well,
You stupidity, stinkity, and your suit is stupid too. Jerk.
yeah.
Okay.
That tie is so 80s.
Well, like you said, it's a mix, right?
Yeah.
You got a mix of styles in this movie.
Police Detective Jim McKay over here.
Your cop's a your dad's a dirty cop. He works with dirty cops. You know, nothing big.
Well,
It's like that fake trailer for Hobo with a Shotgun that was on one of the Grindhouse releases when the one cop goes, he's only going after the dirty cops. Says, "We're all dirty cops." Uh,
Okay, that's a cute dress she's wearing. I never liked her haircut. She looks like a poodle.
Kind of, but again, 80s.
it's the whole big hair thing.
it's a dance. Like that wood paneling.
That's very 70s. Obviously, Julie Cruz. Was this in Industrial Symphony #1 as well?
I don't think so. I'm trying to remember. Computer? Delete? Jeffrey. No, we need him for the ending. Okay.
Okay, it was on Floating into the Night, so that's why I tend to
okay.
associate it. Okay. Because otherwise it was specifically for this movie.
Hey, we're paneling the rest of the house tomorrow. Come by.
Nobody light a match.
Yeah, there's a part of this that I forgot.
Yep.
Until just now.
Hubcap.
You remember hubcaps?
Yeah.
Well, my dad's a cop. He's got to get it on too. Okay.
Oh. Well, okay. Well, that's entirely different.
Dickweed.
This is when you slam it in reverse.
Oh, dude.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
You
Frank the present. No, Dorothy Parker.
Yeah. Definitely not Dorothy Gale. Yeah, there's a lot more important things going on than whatever you got going on, little kid.
Yeah.
It's funny how he's
Yeah.
apologizing.
It's like, just get out of my way.
Yeah.
No, he's the one I want to hit. It's like, how does she know your name? Okay, be a gentleman. Give her your jacket.
Okay. Oh, we know that look.
Great.
Well, we're a little. Oh. Hey, okay.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, maybe you're
Don't
right.
even announce it. You should have done that already.
Or just taking off your robe and hand it to her.
Something.
For those of you who are keeping score at home, Plan A has already gone to dog poopy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at the chat.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, she's an ugly cry.
Yeah, she is. Yes, ugly crier. It's an old-fashioned ambulance, right?
Yeah. It can either be an ambulance or a ghost busting machine. Or hers.
We now return to random pictures of Montgomery Clift Theater.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what you said to Nick Cage a couple weeks ago. No, she's nuts. Couldn't you tell?
Yeah, I'm tired of people beating me up.
Dale Cooper killed the dream I dream.
Okay. Forgot he still got a key. Wait a minute. What's that in the hall?
Don't know.
Uh,
Didn't see it. It was too
like
late.
a tank. It looked like a tank. A gas tank. Like a thing for maybe nitrous oxide.
Oh, could be.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, this is fine. How do you do? Well, all righty then. And this is where you look and go, okay, what happened here?
Well, he's missing his ear.
Yep.
Says
Don Valens is no more.
He got some brain damage, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are they? And who's shooting at the cops?
They're at Frank's place.
Paul is shooting at the cops, I suspect. Oh, it's a garbage can, not a gas.
Yeah. Probably ashtray.
Oh, that's right. Everybody smoked.
Yeah, it's an
back then.
ashtray.
Right.
Yeah.
See, it's been a while, right?
Yeah, I forgot all about those.
No worries, Lizzie. We're just glad you're here.
I believe there's a Criterion Blu-ray of this available, and it may be a DVD also.
Cool.
And if I remember correctly, for you streamers out there, I believe it is on HBO Max at present as well.
Oh yeah, I think HBO.
Yeah, we can call it HBO Max again.
Yes, you were only allowed to call it Max.
Right.
Why, Waters? Why? You wonder why your junk status. I'm just saying. I just.
And here's the third guy.
And you need to get out of that stairwell and hide.
Well, what he really needs to do is just go one floor up
Yeah.
from her apartment to the 8th floor, I guess.
Oh yeah.
That was dumb. Yeah, that was dumb. That's even dumber still.
Dude, you wait for him. You got to ambush him. Pick up that ashtray and knock him in the head. Why not? He might have a gun on him. I'm sorry.
Yep.
He's got a rodeo.
He's not wrong.
Right.
It's a well-dressed man disguise.
That's actually very clever. Now he's using his head.
He's not wrong. Oh. Dude. You know.
There should be another gun in that apartment.
Yes. Why? I
Yeah,
thought
the
maybe
cop's gun.
the cop in the yellow suit.
Right.
You know, yes.
Right. There you go.
A snub nose.
Do you think Frank's guidance counselor failed him?
Why did he shoot the TV?
And him. Nice shot.
Yep. That was as clean as you could get. Maybe I used the wrong choice of words, but you know what I mean.
So it was what, 3 or 4 crooked cops, and this guy.
I don't know. I think they're all crooked.
No.
I can't assume anything at this point.
Ew.
The lights. David Lynch lights.
Yep. They literally put his lights out.
Oh, right. Okay.
Now, the one corrupt cop was just a yellow suit guy. If there were more, I don't think they say.
Well, I think even if there were any other corrupt cops, they're like, okay, yeah, we better just shut our mouths,
Yeah.
lay low.
What is that?
An attached ear.
Don't do that to me, man.
I know, right? That's intentional, though. There you go.
There's Flappy.
Yep.
Flappy.
Wait a minute.
Well, he's a little made up, you know. He's playing.
Yeah.
Don't get him canceled. He's playing a different breed
A different
of bird.
species. He
don't
put on a costume.
Don't get him canceled. It was a different time.
Yeah, you could. Yes.
Yeah, it was good. We didn't set the whole town on fire.
Right.
Grandma gets to keep her
Always.
house.
Well, you could if that was your main food source.
You will eat she-bugs.
What are we having for lunch? Shrimp.
Look at that.
Bookend. There you go. And we just lost Boomer.
Oh. And the son survives, thank goodness.
As implausible as that seems.
So she got her kid back, but her husband's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's thanks to Jeffrey. I mean, that she got her kid
I
back.
mean, you're not wrong. He really
No.
was the one that facilitated all of this.
Yeah.
If he hadn't gotten involved, none of this would have been resolved.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, the dog was played by Sparky.
What about the bird? Who played the bird? Does it credit Flappy?
Doesn't even credit Flappy, no. It was an
Hello to,
uncredited role.
Credited role for Flappy.
Hey, Drew, good to see you.
If you were Drew. That kid would be better off if he got adopted. Well, the mother is not the problem. The father getting mixed in with Frank was the problem.
Yeah, but let's be honest. She's probably still a little bit upats. And I suspect that some of that crazy is going to wear off on the kid. Justice for Flappy, absolutely. Do you know how this movie did? Like box office?
Let me look that up very quickly. Let's see. head on over here to IMDb Pro to take a look really quick. I do have a page there, by the way, folks, so please check that out.
And after all this is over, if you stay tuned to, at least I know on both mine and Troy's channel, you will be redirected to Blake 7.
Yep.
And on my channel as well.
Huh? Okay. I wasn't going to presume.
Yeah.
All right. Budget $6 million. The gross in the USA and Canada, 8.6 million.
Is that good?
It's not bad.
There you go.
It's not great, but it's not bad. Let me see if they've got a worldwide down here. Budget $6 million. Worldwide, with the worldwide gross, 8.7 million altogether. And,
back in those days, that was a lot of money. So yeah, maybe
Yeah.
maybe it did pretty well. Good.
Mhm.
I mean, let's face it. This was, as you said, a much more straightforward story than usual.
And David Lynch did get Oscar nominated for Best Director. His second nomination after Elephant Man. And of course, the other one being for Mulholland Drive.
Mm-hmm.
It was Best Picture at the Boston City Film Critics. Also, Best Director, Cinematography, and Supporting Actor for Dennis Hopper. Independent Spirit Awards that year. Nominated for a screenplay, cinematography, director, best feature. Dennis Hopper and Laura Dern were nominated, and Isabella Rossellini won.
There you go. Nice.
Yeah. Best Picture, National Society of Film Critics, as well as Director, Cinematography, and Supporting Actor. Nominated for a Writers Guild Award. Yeah, so it actually it did clean up at the awards.
There you
But
go.
what did Leonard Maltin think?
What did Leonard Maltin think?
I know this was in one of his big books.
Oh, I'm sure it was. I could probably find that. Let me see.
Did you ever have the Leonard Maltin Guide to Movies, Troy?
No.
It was like this big book of just filled with movie reviews. It's like a reference book.
Well, okay. Now we have critic lists.
He once said of Olivia Newton-John, I believe in Xanadu, that she has no screen presence. She has no screen presence.
Okay, so in other words, it's a completely worthless book. And
my dad got very angry at that statement.
Good. I like your dad.
He had a comment to say about Leonard Maltin. I won't repeat on air here. I'm just saying. There was a running gag on Mystery Science Theater 3000 that what was it? Some movie they were watching, I think, got 2.5 stars from Leonard Maltin. And then they're like, oh, and they're looking at all these movies that Leonard Maltin gave 2.5 stars to.
Yeah.
Like, I think The Great Santini. Did he give 2.5 to Amadeus? I think he did that. Yeah, like
I think he did.
Okay, All you're doing is telling me all the more reason why this guy was a bumblechuck, and I don't care what he
He
thought.
was
Yeah,
he was a well-respected Bumblechuck because he wrote these big books that had all the movies in them.
Yeah,
Whatever.
but he had some real kind of what we would refer to now as hot takes on things. I know.
Yeah.
I remember him from back in the day when
one thing I
he
will
had
say
that
about-
segment in Entertainment Tonight.
The one thing I will say about Roger Ebert, at least when he gave a hot take, as time went by, he'd go, yeah, okay, I've kind of changed my mind about this, you know? Like, maybe I gave it a thumbs down before, but now, yeah, maybe I was wrong.
Boy takes down small town crime syndicate. Yeah, pretty much. Boy finds out Dennis Hopper is Dark Lodge levels of wacko.
Yes, exactly.
That he is. Boy meets girl? Yeah. Oh, I did that in reverse, I guess. Okay, boy finds here. Boy meets girl. Boy meets wacko,
Boy meets
crazy
wacko,
lady.
Crazy lady.
Boy loves wacko, crazy lady. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on down. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I did the punchline first there. And everyone
Boy
who
joins the FBI and starts time traveling.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, it's a pretty simple story. It just has this really disturbing, perverted stuff going on in the background.
Exactly.
That kind of sets it apart. Yeah, otherwise, it's just a straight up noir detective story, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, it was Laser Blast. Yeah. Yeah.
That's right, Laser Blast. Yes.
Nice shooting, Xanthar.
Yes.
The turtle aliens.
I know what you're thinking. Did I fire 5 Gorlocks or only 6 Gorlocks or only 5? You know?
I can only imagine what he said about Daredevil. He probably said it was the best movie he ever saw, second only to Geely.
I don't know, because I guess the guides went that far. I don't know when the last one came out was. Is he still alive, Leonard Maltin?
I think
No
so.
idea.
I'm trying to think what the just.
My one criticism: it does not have the unbridled enthusiasm for boxes of Future War. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Oh man. Yeah. Okay. All righty. Well, yes, we do. Well, folks, Troy does have another show tonight, and we need to get him to it. So let's do like the short version of this.
Yeah.
Okay, Troy. Yeah.
Right after this, Blake 7, I'm queuing it up right now. Tomorrow I have a pretty full palette, so keep an eye on my community tab. I will let you know where I will be. Obviously, Liquid Lunch tomorrow. A little bit slightly later in the afternoon, I think about 2 Central. I will shoot out a link. I will be on Ryan Roger Athey's what's it called? Reality Based.
Cool.
Over on Rumble. Please join us on Rumble. I will share that link on my community tab. And make sure you subscribe to all of us over on Rumble. It's time to start building our presence over there. And I will be on a very special stream tomorrow night. Can't talk about it just yet, but as soon as I get a link, I will shoot it out to all of you.
Alrighty. Netter.
Well, of course, right after this, I'm going to be co-hosting with Troy for Blake 7 over on his channel. It's also simulcast on my channel. Pick whichever one you prefer to be on. We'll see who you favor.
Oh gosh! Wow, put the pressure on, Netter. It doesn't matter, but we'll be paying attention.
On Thursday, my special guest will be Last Call with Troy Pacelli. We talk about his channel and some changes that have been going on. You'll want to stay tuned for that. Although, if you were on Deleted Scenes channel Sunday night when Troy was interviewed, then you already know what this is about. Also, Liquid Lunch on Monday, you know what it's about. But you know what? For those of you who may not have heard the news, come into Thursday Things and you will find out what's going on.
Yep.
Let's see. Co-hosting with Troy Friday night on Last Call. Saturday we'll be over on Big L's channel for, what's it called again?
Inner Space.
Inner Space. That's it.
All right, Boomer.
Yeah, I'll be on Friday night, Last Call with Troy Pacelli here. I think we have a topic in mind too, but I don't know if you want to share it just yet.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I've got some articles. Would you be willing to put together a slideshow like we do for Geeky Geezers?
Is it about what we talked about Sunday? Yeah, we can
Yes.
put it together. Yeah, just send them to me and I'll send them to me over email. That way I can separate them from the usual stuff. All right.
Okay, that makes sense. Good idea. Okay, we'll do that.
On Sunday, we'll be doing Geeky Geezers as usual, where we're going to have some unfortunate news about the Batman Forever extended cut rescreening that apparently the kibosh was put on that by Warner's.
Was it? I completely missed that. You may have sent that to me and I didn't see it.
Yeah, just Warner's. You guys got to start doing better. I'm just saying. I mean, what do I know, though, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
I'll be that me for that week. Yep.
All right, and of course, short version. I'll be joining Outlaw Bill for a action theater at its returning to its regular day and time, Thursday at 4:30. Continuing our salute to the men and women in uniform, Memphis Belle from 1990, Matthew Modine, Eric Stoltz, Billy Zane, Sean Astin, David Strathairn, and John Lithgow. And of course, right after Thursday Things, coming attractions, and I'll let you know what the rest of the schedule will be. All right. Netter, would you like to take us out?
Y'all are wonderful. We love you. Peace out.
there you go.
All right.
That's the short version.
And we are Osmo. We will always be Osmo. And as I always say at the end of every show, thank you all very much for joining us. Good night from the corner of Sparkwood and 21. Good night. Take care. Stay strong. Be safe and healthy, because this is how we win.